My wife finally wrote saying, Edward Carlisle just asked to do something else. So I did. It turns out having a background in teaching chemistry can get you out of a desk job pretty quick if you have a mind to it. I knew nothing of Popsky's private army or its ties to the Desert Rats until I was in training. This sabotage platoon's philosophy is lightning-fast strikes and massive explosions deep behind enemy lines. It's gratifying to know that every time we light up a fuel depot or munitions dump, we're stalling Rommel's tanks and helping those poor blighters on the front lines. It may not be fighting fair, but the Germans have hardly fought fair in Europe, so to hell with them. My assignments are highly confidential, so as far as the wife knows, I'm still sitting at a desk. But for some strange reason, I've stopped complaining.
Listen up, chaps. The Jerrys have a cozy little setup in this village here. Our job is to break as much equipment as possible, and then dash out before they even know what hit them. Troop B will drive the jeeps behind the Germans and pepper them with machine gun fire. I lead Troop A through town to knock out their communications and burn up their petrol reserves. Carlisle, you're the man with the demolitions. We'll cover you while you set the tank C4 charges. We'll have to get in and out before everything becomes all spotlights, sirens, and rifles firing. Cock your guns, wet your sights, and ride on. Let's go!
Hey everybody, it's Sanguine Sweetheart and welcome to another episode of playing Call of Duty Finest Hour on the hardest difficulty challenge. I sound winded and tired, and there's a good reason. The Western Africa British campaign has to be the worst campaign to do this challenge on. I swear on everything. This campaign it sucks so much to the point where I will need to take a prolonged break before I go to the American campaign. Because it's that bad. You wanna know how bad it is? Watch this. Just watch this entire first segment in this video. This first few minutes. You're gonna see the reason why this sucks. Things start off normal, right? Immediately shredded. I'm behind cover. I'm trying to frickin' shoot some Jerry's, and all of a sudden I got turned into Swiss cheese with a side of ham. And that was my sign letting me know that this campaign's gonna be a pain in the ass. And I know it too, considering the fact that literally I've been through it. I am trying to count how many deaths I've had so far in this campaign. I've counted, I think it's a total of 8, but I will have to go through the footage 100% again to like confirm it. But I've died so many times in this campaign, and it's all because of the second and last mission. And be mindful, this campaign, this singular campaign in this entire game is only 4 missions long. The fact that this campaign is 4 missions long, and I died that many times, just goes to show how freaking bullshit this challenge has gotten. Also, another thing I've also noticed about this game is the fact that if you were to ever play this version, or at least Call of Duty Finest Hour as a whole in general, do not, I repeat, do not play the PS2 version. This port is so buns compared to the Xbox version for what I've seen. Aside from moments of slowdown and occasional, well, audio, like, artifacting, and then you also gotta take in the fact that there's also the issue with, like, certain things that the PlayStation version has that the Xbox version doesn't. Literally, this has to be the worst port ever. A good example being the fact that, like, literally I just experienced, like, in the last mission something that I will get. I'm studying how bad I freaking am just over the damn campaign. God dang, man. This campaign just literally freaking kicked my nuts in like 5 times. At this point, I'm surprised I'm even freaking, like, you know, still me after this campaign. The only downside that I have about this campaign that I would say that almost made me quit this challenge was the second mission, and you'll see as soon as we get to that point. Also, since the PS2 version suffers from heavy slowdown, there are moments where I'm trying to reload my gun, and literally it takes a while. Same thing with firing it too. Not to mention, there's also an issue with the game where it keeps prioritizing frickin' crap that I don't want to pick up.
Oh, get ready, Carlisle.
These wires must lead to that communication post.
There's also a little problem I had when it came to frickin' sniping some of these frickin' Jerry's with the semi-auto, with the infield, because literally I'm trying to frickin' hit them, and for some reason my iron sight will literally be on them, and for some reason I'm just not hitting them. Not to mention, due to how slow the frickin' turn speed can be when it comes to frickin' looking around, it makes it difficult for me to get the hits off. And then you also have the fact that for some reason, even though these guys aren't wearing any Kevlar or anything like that, they're taking hits that normally would kill a man. Like, literally 3 infield shots to the chest and you're not dead? What the heck, bro? Sometimes they'll die in one shot, sometimes they won't. But it's just annoying to see them still standing even though I'm trying to shoot them. Also do a lot of utilization when it comes to med kits, like the med drops that the enemies drop every once in a while.
Set a charge on that antenna. Ding dong.
Like literally this entire mission is just, look, I am literally aiming directly at that machine gun, literally at the guy, and for some reason the rounds aren't touching me. Either I'm hitting the gun or they're just not registering after a certain range. Which I really wish Carlisle had a sniper rifle, but no, he has to have one of the most busted frickin' SMGs. Yeah, look at there! You saw that before. Literally half my health just got turned into frickin' nothing, all because I got frickin' slightly shredded by the MG42 that was sitting up there. They were not kidding when they said this part of the campaign was difficult. And it pisses me off. It pisses me off a lot. Oh, and trust me, I'm not leaving a single damn inch of footage out from the video. You're gonna see the entire wall of suffering I had to deal with this entire campaign. A full 4 missions, and it took me an hour and 24 minutes, 24 minutes just to complete it. And plus, my biggest indicator to let me know that I'm still playing on hard is the fact that I only have 2 medkits. Also doesn't help that these bastards love to hit scan. It's so annoying.
We've got to keep the men covered so they can move forward. Take that machine gun and throw some lead back at those Jerrys!
This part kind of like lowered my cortisol levels due to the fact that I was just literally just shredding Jerry's. It also didn't help that literally every single freaking enemy would always hop on an MG42 turret, which rightfully pissed me off. But hey, what do I know? Also, there's no reload canceling in this game. Once you start reloading, you can't cancel out of it. You have to continue to reload later.
Secure the area!
The muzzle flash is so bad. Like, literally, I want to see what I'm shooting at, but the muzzle flash is in the way.
Set a charge on that generator.
And there goes the achievement to complete the mission on normal and on hard, which is not fun. I'll tell you that. This entire campaign was just a pain in my freaking ass. I swear. And here comes mission 2. The mission that literally packed on the most deaths. And also, here's the thing. There's another mission after it, which is the turret section. I've completed that flawlessly. No deaths. But apparently, mission 2 and mission 4 is what freaking gets me.
Once this last charge goes off, Fritz will be completely out of power. All right, get ready to brake and ready to dash. Everybody's awake by now. Let's move out. Hello. Somebody's left some perfectly good landmines lying around.
This is the part where you get to use teller mines, but they gave us the worst mission to do it so on. And you'll see why. I preemptively started throwing teller mines down because something told me that there was going to be some problems, and then as soon as he shot a Panzer, I knew it. The worst part is, for some reason, these Panzers are way too smart. How do I know this? For some reason, they're constantly circling the area, and I throw the teller mines down. They get hit by it, but sometimes they'll cycle over to a different spot. They'll go somewhere completely different. Then I remembered that I have sticky bombs, so I just start thinking maybe I could just chuck these sticky bombs at the panzers. I like how they also preemptively fire too.
Watch it! We're short on time. We'll have to get to that depot.
The worst part is that this campaign has no checkpoints, meaning this entire time, this entire mission, there's no checkpoints. Also, this mission is rather short, but due to how many times I died, it felt like I was going at it for hours. Also, the lead mechanic just jack shit sometimes. We are trying to clear out as many enemies as possible without having to deal with their bullshit. Also, they're searching for med kits. Doesn't matter if it's like the small patches or like just actual usable ones. There are moments in this mission where I forget those medkits are there and I just give up and try and freaking grab them. Now here's the part where I'm feeling confident. I have 2 medkits, full health, decent ammunition, and not to mention, I'm like at the spot I need to be at. Everything's going well, I'm feeling good. And then the game throws this bullshit at me.
Now, set charges on those pepper boats.
I'm thinking, oh, there might be more mines. Then I realized, okay, no, there probably might not be. There's an MG nest right there, which I managed to clear, which I'm happy I did. I get to work on the first set of depot supplies. There's an MG42 nest there. I have to get 4 more. But then all of a sudden, the enemies from behind start spawning. I'm like, as if this couldn't get any worse, why do the enemies have to spawn behind me? Also, why are they so accurate all of a sudden? But I'm still holding out confidence. Thinking I got this. I figured maybe I should probably start sniping. And here's a fine example of my crosshair being on top of an enemy and it's still not hitting. Also trying to figure out what should I do because I can't just sit around here. I gotta get corpse somehow. I'm over trying to snipe the gunner, and for some reason I'm not getting him, and I'm low on ammunition, so I'm like, what do I do here? I can't hit him. Is there an extra gun I can use? I could probably use this M40. That could help out. Fortunately, I got lucky, and Starkly was really, like, drawing their attention, so I managed to push up. Okay, let me get one of the next pieces of the depot. Stop the bomb on there. The only reason why I didn't want to use any of my grenades was because I didn't know if I needed them later. And I'm already screwed here because I have no healing and there's a machine gun in the way and I can't freaking get past anywhere. The MG42 nest just shredded me and I was just like, oh, okay, that's death number 2. Alrighty then. Fair enough. Fortunately, they decided to, like, give me a different set of weapons. So I got the Sten back.
We'll have to fight our way to the petrol depot. Follow me and watch out for more panzers.
Oh, and this is also the part where I can actually explain a little bit, because I don't need to go to the last mission after looking at this footage. I find out that if you are running forward and you are getting shot, not only will you stop in place, but you will also get pushed back from the momentum from the rounds hitting you. Meaning that literally, if I'm trying to run somewhere and I'm getting shot, I could potentially just get pushed all the way back from my previous spot. Which literally set me off a little bit in my head. Fortunately, I managed to keep my cool and just try my hardest to get this mission done and over with. I figured I have a ton of stickies and I always get a lot of them back, so I might as well start using them against the pansies. I take some full damage here, but it wasn't a lot that mattered, so I decided to keep moving. there goes the tank, so I decided to screw it. I'm just gonna start chucking a couple stickies. Maybe another one will do it. And Panzer's done. I'm like, okay.
We're short on time. We'll have to get to that depot.
This is a better outcome than before. Full health, full med kits, decent ammo, again. Got plenty of stickies to boot. And as I'm fighting these guys, I'm also over here wondering, like, I'm getting hit by these guys before I even get a chance to have my body fully poke out of the freaking cover. What is going on here? Managed to get a drop on that machine gunner, which I'm happy about. Didn't take too much health loss. I say screw it. Everything seems to be good. I can just keep pushing forward. I'll find some meds along the way. I'll be fine. So I'm feeling a lot more confident this time. I figured, hey, this time I'm gonna push forward a little further past the MG nest after I take them out, to not only prevent them from spawning, but to also make it easier on me by getting the early depots instead of getting the ones up front. But first I wanted to set off the first one so I can deal with the enemies from behind. And they spawn immediately, by the way. Like, literally, I rounded that corner and they were already there. Sometimes I just wish you can just tear the MG42 right off the nest and just start freaking gunning enemies down. Over here like, man, you took 2 shots and you're not down yet? Finally managed to kill that guy, so I thought to screw it. I'm gonna go grab this one and bomb it as quick as I can. Also dealing with enemies from behind. I didn't think they heal up at this point, because I'm like, I'll just get these done as quick as possible. There's also a bit of a delay. And then all of a sudden, I just get shredded by 2 Jerrys who are hitting me so hard that I can't figure out what's getting me. Like, I'm so confused at how they managed to, like, take me down that fast, and for some reason I couldn't hit them, even though I was aiming directly on top of them. So that was death number 3, and it's only still mission 2.
We'll have to fight our way to the petrol depot. Follow me and watch out for more panzers. Shoot them down! Shoot them down!
And I was like, wait, where'd all these Jerrys come from? They're all just rushing over here all of a sudden. Already this really isn't a good start because literally I have no medkits. I'm down to like, I got shot up too many times that I'm like overwhelmed just a little bit. And I'm like, okay, things can get better. And I'm like, what the heck hit me that caused that explosion? Was that a tank shell? Was that a grenade? I don't know. There was no indicator. And this is one of those Call of Duties before they had grenade indicators to let you know when a grenade was like landed next to you or something like that. It could have been a difficulty thing, but who knows? That Panther was giving me a hell of a ton of trouble. And I'm like, okay, that Panther's done. I can finally get out of here and move on. Also, I realized how freaking terrible the recoil is when it comes to the guns. Now that I remember correctly, this part is what pissed me off. I'm over here like, okay, maybe I can deal with the Panzer by quickly throwing grenades. I'm like, okay, tank shell there. And my dumbass thought it was a great idea to try and freaking peek it again. Nope. Got hit point blank by that shell and died. So that's death number 4. It was at this point I'd started to feel a little hopeless because I was like, this challenge is probably not going to get done. Different effect, and I'm literally getting shredded and destroyed by every little thing on this map. And it's not because of impatience. It's more the fact that like the amount of damage you take, the less medkits you have equipped, and to double on that is the fact that the AI can be hit or miss sometimes when it comes to getting hit with bullets or anything of the sort. It just throws me off.
We'll have to fight our way to the petrol depot. Follow me and watch out for more panzers.
I was at this point, I was thinking, maybe I should just skip using the mines and start using stickies? Get them while they're coming around from the low points? Because they can't hit me? Then I was like, maybe I could just start tossing mines off the edge. Maybe it'll touch them. I was so happy that that mine got him. Then I was waiting for the second panzer. Then I realized the second panzer was coming around the other route. Wasn't too sure I got that sticky off. Which then that's what pissed me. That's what made me go, "What the hell? You're changing routes all of a sudden?" I was another tank down. I just needed to get one more. Mentally, my brain was like, "We should probably take our time. I won't get destroyed if I do. If I don't." And I said, screw going over that window. That window's a dead trap. I'm just gonna start throwing stickies just over this part of the ridge if I aim high enough. Which was a direct hit.
We'll have to get to that depot.
When we were trying to figure out why there's so many Jerrys pushing the area. Trying to take them out, make sure I don't get dropped immediately. Make me have to waste medkits. My best to find some extra med kits. At that point, I just lost the hope trying to find more, because in fact I couldn't find any, except for the one up here. Then I noticed that the frickin' Jerry's over here respawn, which is annoying as hell, meaning they can just literally just hop on the gun. Fortunately, they managed to get like an extra recovery boost with the medkits that were sitting there. I'm sitting here over. How you guys running and shooting me somehow and still being accurate? At this point, I'm just over it. So I decided to just move on.
Now, set charges on those.
I remember like, this is not fair. My brain was like, this is not entirely fair. MG40 turrets and 42 turrets, so literally right there. And there was a guy literally who just shot at me, and I was just so over it. I decided to just do some preemptive sniping. I'm still over here trying to figure out how am I shooting you with a gun that has a higher caliber than the previous gun that I had before, and you guys are still just eating hits. I decided to say screw it. Let me see if I can find some ammo or something. Start scanning the area to try and find some Jerry's to pop so they won't get near the turret. And I decided to crouch to see if that will help my stability, and no it didn't. At least not fully. Then I realized there is reload canceling. Because I literally reloaded and I immediately got up. And then all of a sudden I started... Yeah, the magazine was full. So I was like, okay, maybe it's only specific guns. I'm like, how are you hitting me? How are you semi-auto hitting me that hard while side strafing? And yet, 3 rounds from the MP40 didn't drop you. I was so confused and so angry. I just gave up at this point. I'm like, I am so done. I want this mission to be over. Check the area to see if there was any enemies nearby, see if there was any more Jerry's just sitting around. Aside from the ones behind me that are continuously spawning, I say screw it, I'm gonna make a run for it. But instead of actually going for the one next to me, instead of going for the fuel depots next to me, I'm gonna go for the ones that are outside the outer rim. Because 1, there's some medkits I can pick up, and 2, I could deal with any Jerry's that spawn immediately as soon as I pop the bombs on there. I had to sit on the turret just in case anybody were to come my way. But I said, screw it, let's get the hell out of here. I do not want to be here anymore. This place is already giving me as much hell as it could have. I'm not staying.
Just in time. Get in.
And I'm like, really? Is it over? Can I get out of here?
Looks like we're in the clear.
There goes the achievement for completing that mission and doing it on hard. But that wasn't the half of it.
Navigating the desert like an ocean of sand, you have to know where you're going and have a plan to get in and out as quickly and quietly as possible. We do prefer it when quietly is not required. The one thing that allows us to hit the enemy where it hurts most is our jeeps. They're always loaded with enough fuel, supplies, and water to travel 600 miles at a stretch. Although unarmored, they can be heavily armed with two 50 cal MGs firing armor-piercing and incendiary rounds. These make us quick and deadly when we need to be, able to take on German half-tracks and armored cars that outclass us in every other way. Still, this doesn't make up for the fact that you're completely exposed to fire sitting in an open Jeep. And you'd better have a damn good driver at the wheel should trouble arise. And it always does, mate.
Look alive, Carlisle. I got word on the wireless that some of our old mates from the long-range desert group are lying doggo in an old fortress surrounded by Jerry's. We've got to save them. Those chaps found a shortcut through the desert that leads straight to Rommel's back door. You and I are leading the charge. The rest of the men will catch up with us at the fort. Protect my hide while I refuel the Jeep. Keep your eyes peeled. We won't be alone for long. Sniper! Watch it!
Okay, this part, for some reason, I was wondering why the audio was so loud. I should have turned it up at some point. But this part was not that hard. Well, it was hard, but it wasn't bad, to say the least. It wasn't like annoying as all hell bad. It was more of keep an eye on the area and make sure I survive kind of thing. Also, one thing I'm going to tell you guys, in case you ever play this game, pick up these med kits immediately. Grab these med kits and get into the back of that Jeep immediately, because you're going to need those med kits for later. Also, the machine gun's not aligned.
I suggest you grab hold of something.
It's not aligned with the iron sights. It's rounds coming out of the barrel. Because I noticed this because when I was trying to shoot at the Jerry's, that I just kept hitting the truck or like anything else, and I'm also like, why is a machine gun not killing these guys so quickly? So I said, screw it. I decided to test it. I'm like, screw it. I'm not gonna bother using the iron sights. I'm just gonna use the rounds that come out of the barrel. Came at a big benefit in the fact that I'm able to actually hit my target.
Tally ho! This can't be good. Tally ho! Hang on! Shotgun up ahead!
At this point, I was wondering how long do I have to sit in this turret for? Watching all my comrades get blown to smithereens.
Zaki, our men need support. Lay down covering fire and knock out any enemy vehicles.
Shooting at what? Something here. At this point, I thought I was gonna die this entire mission. Because look at my health. It's so low. And had to deal with Stukas and enemy troops on the ground floor. Fortunately, due to me abusing the, the fact that the rounds come out of the barrel and not where the sight aimed at, I managed to take him out.
Let's give Fritz a fireworks show.
And I was like, maybe if I should shoot them preemptively, I won't have to deal with too many of them. Which actually worked out in my favor, because that means there were less enemies to deal with.
Here we are.
And that was that mission completed. Not only on normal difficulty, but on hard as well, which surprised me. I was like, well, okay, what the heck? I'm surprised I even managed to work out. But then, here comes the kick in the nuts that has had me sitting here, constantly dying, over and over and over again.
Explosives, seal up that entrance. The blocks where after must be stuck in that fog tower. We'll have to split up. I'll go left, you stick to the right.
Yeah, don't stick to the right. Don't you dare stick to the right. The reason why I say that is because literally you can't even go anywhere on the right side. There's two MG42 turrets, one high, one on ground level, that are literally gunning down all the troops in front of you. And there's no way for you to even get past. I'm over here thinking, maybe I can just snipe them, but I'm like, I'm not hitting anything. And then I just straight up die. I don't know what freaking killed me. I don't know if it was at low health, or maybe I just got hit with a stray round, or maybe the barrel behind me exploded, but it didn't register. I didn't know what happened. So I said, screw it. Let me go left instead. Going right to death trap. Let's go left. I take one good look at the right side, thinking I could probably, like, you know, dwindle the forces down, but then I realized there's, like, no point. There's, like, literally no point in trying to go right. Even throwing grenades wasn't helping. I was getting shredded. I wasn't going to get a shot off. I was trying to hit the MG42 turret guy, but for some reason, no matter where my bullets were aimed at, it just wasn't touching him. I'm like, why am I not hitting you? So I said, screw it. Let's go left. Through all this. Thought I could do something, but I decided literally just to go left instead of trying to even attempt going right. Oh, and lo and behold, I sit over here and I'm like, wait, there's ammo and a med kit? Interesting. And two troops that I'll run side by side with me. Cool to know. Some health over here. Figured, maybe I can probably find some way to hop across, maybe? No such luck. But I did see a half track right here. See an explosive barrel, I'm like, maybe I can blow up the half track with that. Which worked. Half track's been destroyed. Had to do a double check with the grenade to see if it was actually destroyed. And it was. Wasn't doing anything. Need to do another double check. Wasn't taking any chances. I wanted out of here. We're trying to figure out what to do in this situation. I'm low health. I got no visual of what I could do. I do see MG42 turret guy up here. I take him out, but my health is way too low for anything. So I decided to start looking around to see if I can find some supplies. Maybe some med kits that I left behind. Maybe even some health patches. Couldn't find anything. I thought I could climb the half track, but you can't. Which would have made sense. And somehow, that MG42 turret guy behind the destroyed half track shot and killed me. I'm more confused than you are. I can't shoot through that, but apparently he could. That was death number 5. So I say, screw it, let me do this what I did before. Let me take these guys out, destroy the half track. I figured maybe I could just like squeeze through, maybe I could crawl under. But no, that wasn't on the list. The MG42 guy was not there anymore, which confused me. So I kept trying to climb the half track, even though I shouldn't have been trying to do that. It's the overall fact that this game does not tell you exactly what to do. Is what makes this entire situation just horrible. Found some more medkits in the process, which would be happy, meaning I could probably survive something at this point. But I realized there's only 2 medkits in this entire mission. Well, 3, but you'll see that one later. At this point, I started to become a little bit hopeless, trying to figure out how do I get past this mission. Maybe I need to blow up the half-track some more. And so far, it just wasn't working. I spent a large amount of time trying to destroy this half-track. And then I realized nothing was working. So I figured maybe I can get a running jump? Like as fast as I could to jump across and be squeezed through. I'm still trying to figure out how to get past this half-track. I even wasted my grenades. That's how bad it was trying to get past this half-track. I do apologize for the utter amount of silence. I'm just trying to figure out what to do, and I figured, oh wait, I can run over here? At first I was confused, I'm like, wait a minute, I got past you? That's interesting. But I say, screw it, maybe I can just come up here and check out what's going on in here. Maybe use the machine gun to my advantage.
Oi! Up here! We got separated from the cartographer. He was captured and taken underground. We need to save him.
So my job was to escort this guy, but then I realized, wait a minute, I didn't close up the hole with the Jerry's in it. I figured maybe I can make a run for it. But then something exploded. I don't know what exploded. There wasn't a barrel, and if there was, I didn't see it. It blew me up. At this point, I was so done. I was sick and tired of this dang mission. And the fact that sometimes when you spawn in getting shot is what the big kick in the nuts here. Oh, and here comes death number 7. Since that was death number 6. You wanna know how I died? Me being over it, try to kill off these Jerrys, and end up getting gunned down. I'm trying to hit them, but the aiming is so horrible. Actually, this is death number 6. I'm miscounting, that's how bad it is. So I said, okay, screw this. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna blow up these barrels, get rid of this half track. Make sure all the Jerrys are dead. Run all the way back here, grab that med kit. Then make my way all the way back over here. And do what I did last time. Flip through near the machine gun, since it doesn't have a line of sight on me. Take out the gunner, or at least get him off the turret. The grenade throws are so weird in this game. Wasn't too sure if we were still there, so I threw another one. But instead of actually going up there, I decided to say, screw it, let me just do some clearing. Then I noticed the barrel that was there that managed to get me somehow. Made a run for it. Stop the bomb on the thing. Then I'm like, wait a minute, someone's on the MG again. And apparently there was a guy there I didn't notice. He was just hiding there. I had no way of knowing that he was there. I'm like, okay, cool. I was so done with all this bullshit. I'm like, let me just get this done frantically. Get rid of him, turn around, destroy those barrels, turn around, destroy that barrel, get rid of the half track. Go this direction, blow up these barrels to get rid of any Jerrys that are hiding behind cover and such. Run all the way back here to grab the medkit. Then my brain was like, throw some grenades at the enemies real quick. Get them to deter their movements. Get rid of some of the Jerrys. Blow up some of these explosive barrels. I come over here. Deal with all the Jerrys that are hiding behind this truck who somehow managed to get over here, which confuses me. Surprising, there was a medkit here. I was actually kind of happy about that.
Oi! Up here! We got separated from the cartographer. He was captured and taken underground. We need to save him.
I'm over like, okay, finally. I managed to get through this. It's go time. I'm like, cool, I can actually do something here. This doesn't seem too bad. Over here, like, what do we do here? Do we just sit here? I'm like, what are we doing here? Does it go somewhere else? Change positions? I was so impatient that I'm just trying to figure out what to do. Like, what's taking so long? What do we do here? At first I was like, where'd this guy come from? And I'm like, oh wait, this Jerry's probably behind me. And I got murked by some Jerrys that were hiding back there. So that's death number 8. I was really so sick and tired of this dang frickin' campaign. I wanted it to be over, and it ended up doing something very stupid at this point.
We're coming with you.
Apparently the game hated my guts to the point where literally I had to reload and all those Jerrys literally shredded my health. And I'm like, dang. Death number 9. And it had to be a moment where I didn't really need a humbling, but the game humbled me. So I was like, fine. Let me take this as slow as possible. Let me throw a grenade at them. Clear out a majority of them. Do what I usually did. Go up here. Deal with the machine gunner that was sitting down there. Blow up the half track. Head over to the other side and grab the med kit. Get rid of the barrels there just for safety reasons. But then, aside from getting the med kit that I wanted to go get, I just kept telling myself, it'll be over soon, it'll be over soon. Just take your time and do what you gotta do. You can't rush the process, otherwise you're going to be more aggravated than you should. At first I was moving forward wondering where the hell am I going. I haven't gotten to that point yet. was like, screw it, come here. I'm just gonna shred you, get rid of you. I don't want to deal with you anymore. I'm gonna go back here, get rid of any Jerrys that are hiding behind stuff. Keep misjudging the grenade throw. At first I was like, how are you supposed to do this when you have so many Jerrys popping out of the freaking hole in the wall? Decided to say, maybe if we can just waltz around, grab that medkit that was sitting next to the machine gun. I was like, maybe I can just use the gun. I was like, this will buy me some time. I could just use my SMG to just start dealing damage to anybody who's too close, pop the bomb on the wall, and then move. Also, that was a weird bug. That guy was just sliding across the ground after I blew him away.
Oi! Up here! We got separated from the cartographer. He was captured and taken underground. We need to save him.
At this point in my head, I said, take your time. You got this. It's almost over. It's the last mission on the list. Had to wait for those Stukas to skip out and slip out before they blew me up. So I say, I'm gonna take my time, just gonna crouch down, control my fire, reload when need to. And just hopefully I don't get freaking shredded by anything nearby. So far, aiming at this corner was actually pretty beneficial, because I was just literally peppering the Jerrys as much as I could. I didn't have any grenades, but I was doing my best to actually try and take them out. Ran out of ammo over here. Had to swap over to the infield. I was like, this is it. We're almost done. Hopefully. I'm surprised it took only 2 shots for that guy. As soon as I saw that guy, I was like, finally. Cutscene played, I was like, finally, it's
about
over.
time you chaps showed up. Take cover. Well, we had a few errands to run.
Hey, Carlisle, were you just gonna leave me out there?
And that was that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm gonna take a long break.
By 1944, in the battle to regain their Russian homeland, the Red Army crushes the German pocket at Stalingrad, marking the first major defeat of Hitler's armies. On June 6th, D-Day, the Allies stage a massive sea and air invasion on the Normandy coast that will soon lead to a full-scale retreat of Germany's once powerful armies across France and Belgium. Inspired by this success, British Field Marshal Montgomery devises a plan he insists will end the war by Christmas, codenamed Market Garden. With momentum on their side, the Allies attack Germany's industrial heartland from the north, attempting to outflank the powerful Siegfried Line, intending to drive on to Berlin. But Montgomery's plan fails miserably when the final bridge across the Rhine cannot be secured. Painful defeat and staggering losses destroy all hope for an early end to the war, and surviving Allies are ordered back to France. Fortunately, by October, with the Siegfried Line finally breached from the west, the Americans prepare for the capture of Aachen, a city destined for the dubious distinction of being the first major German city to fall to Allied forces.